You know those guys in your class who just get it? Those students who just effortlessly outshine everyone else? What separates them from the 99%? We're all learning the same content, we all have the same teachers. So why is there still such a big difference? And this is when a lot of people might just say, well, it's just genetics, they probably have rich parents who paid for a private tutor. But as someone who's set to achieve 5 A stars at A level, and I'm going to go attend a top 10 UK university in September, I can confidently say that this isn't true, and the difference isn't actually as big as it seems. I've identified 5 simple habits that successful students do that you might be missing out on. And if you can even take just 2 or 3 of these and actually use them in your life, I guarantee that you can make that jump and finally start getting the grades that you want. Habit 1. Goal setting. If you ask the other people in your class the question, where do you want to be in 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, they'll all usually have the same answer. I don't know. Most people have never sat down and actually clearly identified the goals that they're working towards, where they are headed, what is the dream outcome, and what is the plan. Which is why if we can strategically set goals, we will have a huge advantage over everyone else. I've put this habit as number 1 because, as you're going to see, this links into every single other aspect of your life basically. This is how we get motivation, this is how we make decisions, this is how we manage our time. And once you learn the skill of goal setting, you can use it now, but then you can use it for the rest of your life. So how do we do it? Well, grab a piece of paper or open like the notes app on your phone and just answer some questions with it. Question 1, what is the big goal for the next few years? Think like 1 year to 3 years into the future. Where do you want to be? What do you want to be doing? What does your day-to-day routine look like? How do you feel? Really get detailed and tap into more of the emotional experience of it rather than like the material possessions or the external validation. If you need some time, just pause now and answer the question. For me, a couple of years ago, the big goal that I set myself was to get into my dream uni for my dream course. 2, what is the short or medium term goal that you need to achieve to be on track to reach this big goal? This is over the next few weeks or months. So from my early example, the short term goal was to achieve straight A's in my mock exams. This could be to try and get a really good end of term report or to do really well in this test that's coming up. And 3, what are the daily tasks, the daily actions that you have to do repeatedly to achieve this goal? It's not a trick question, like literally break it down. So for me it was 1 hour of content studying and then 30 minutes exam question practice. That's it, just make it really, really simple. It can be as obvious as that and put around a time block on how long you think it will take. What we're doing here is we're breaking this big, scary long-term goal down into a smaller goal and then into small steps that you can very easily take every single day. We're making that link very clear, we're creating a plan. So now I know all I have to do is keep repeating these little tasks every single day and eventually I will reach that big goal. And if this sort of stuff sounds interesting to you, I actually teach this skill of goal setting in a lot more detail in my straight A's in 14 days challenge. And you also have one-to-one support from me to make sure that you're doing it right and asking me questions. We also go through a lot of other stuff such as how to focus better, how to procrastinate less, best study methods, and how to master exam techniques. So if you want my one-on-one study advice personalized to your situation, go check out that first link in the description to see what other people are saying about it. There are only 3 spots left, so don't miss out. 2, block out regular studying time. If there was one habit I could go back in time and tell my younger self about that would have saved me so much pain and stress, it would be this. Open Google Calendar and block out roughly how long your school day is. So say it starts at like 9 AM, let's say you get home at 5 PM, make that one big block and then create a new block from when you get home, about 30 to 45 minutes long, and copy and paste this across every single day after you get back home from school. So now in this block of 30 to 45 minutes every single day when you get back from school, you're going to do your homework. Even if it's due for like the next week or 2 weeks in the future, I don't care, you're going to sit down and you can do it for 30 to 45 minutes. And if you have no homework, just recap everything you've done in school that day, anything you struggled with, or even read ahead to the next topic. Just do something every single day for 30 to 45 minutes. minutes. And this way you will never end up in that situation where you have homework piled up from like the last 2 months and now you have to sit and spend 6 hours doing it the night before. You'll never be that guy who has to study like 8 hours every single day in the week before the exam because you don't actually know any of the content, because we're getting that big chunk of time and we're splitting it up, we're spreading it out over the rest of the year to the point where you almost don't even feel it. Like 30 minutes is nothing. And the beauty of this is if you do it at the same time every single day, it becomes habit. If you never do your homework and all of a sudden you have to force yourself to do like 2 hours of it, it's a big change. You have to like force yourself. It takes energy, there's friction, you're going against the grain. But if you were going to sit down to study anyway, that's just a thing that you do. It's not even that bad. There's less friction, it's automatic. So create some sort of routine. Say you get back from school at 5, then you go grab a snack from the kitchen and then sit down and study every single day for 30 to 45 minutes and make it a habit. 3. Recent studies have actually found a new pill that can improve your exam grade by 10 to 20%. 20%, that could be the difference between a C and an A. And now you'd think this pill would be sold out everywhere, right? Like the scientists who invented it would probably be billionaires at this point. Well, actually, it's completely free. Because there's something I didn't tell you about this. It's not actually a pill. The thing that improves your grades by up to 20%, sleep. Yeah, sleep is important. I should probably sleep more. Everyone sort of knows this, but I don't think you realize just how crazy the effects of sleep can be. So in this study that I was talking about, they compared 2 groups. One of them was fully rested, so 8 to 9 hours of quality sleep, and the other, just for 1 week, had their sleep reduced. Not completely, they're not pulling all-nighters, just reduced from 8 hours to 6 hours a night. And that's pretty common for students, sleeping 6-7 hours a night. It's not that crazy. And what the study showed is that even after just 1 week of this mild sleep deprivation, the cognitive performance of this 6 hours a night group was reduced by 10 to 20%. Now, there's a whole rabbit hole you could go down into optimizing sleep. I actually teach this in that challenge I spoke about before. But really the point I'm trying to make is that you need to make sleep a priority. I know a lot of students who they'll stay up the night before an exam to try and study a little bit more for like an extra hour or 2. But hopefully you can see that it's like the stupidest thing that you could do, because how much benefit you really even get from that extra like hour or so. Let's say you learn 10% more, but then that 10% is cancelled out by the 10% reduction in your mental performance. So basically you haven't made any progress. The top students prioritize sleep because they know just how much of a positive difference it can make. 4. Being proactive. Now, whilst watching this video, you might have thought like, well, if this stuff is so important, why doesn't school already teach it? But that sort of thinking highlights the problem. This is what's holding you back. Even if school did teach us all this stuff, how many people would actually take and apply it to their real life? And even if they did, the top 1% of students would still find some other way to get an advantage to improve that school doesn't teach. Because that is the mindset that you need to have. You need to be proactive. You can't just sit back and expect the school system to do everything for you. It might sound kind of toxic, but if you do that, if you take the foot off the gas, the other people who are being proactive, who are looking for ways to improve themselves, they will get so far ahead of you. You need to take responsibility for your own life, for your education. Look through the syllabus for your subject ahead of time, figure out what you need to study, how you need to study. Look for opportunities online, try and learn how to study and improve yourself. Take action towards doing everything you can to improve yourself as a student. Every day ask yourself, how can I get better? Don't wait until someone tells you what to do. Figure out what you need to do and go do it. And this is how you will get ahead of everyone else and start to build a life and get the grades that you want for yourself. And if you're ready to be proactive and invest in your future, go ahead, click that first link and sign up to the Straight A's in 14 Days challenge. Look forward to seeing you there. Thanks for watching. Peace.